runway to the political arena. We'll talk with Lavi, cover it all. Let's get real. Wednesday nights at 8. Let's get real on WINNFM. Hi, this is Lavi. Let's get real. Wednesday nights at 8 on WINNFM. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. We'll talk with Lavi, cover it all. Let's get real. Wednesday nights at 8 on WINNFM. Listen, it is such a long weekend that when Wednesday comes, you don't even know it's Wednesday. St. Kitts and Nevis, good evening. It's a pleasure to be back here once again in the studios of WINNFM, right down here in Bastier, St. Kitts. I am Lavern and I am from the village. Because, a lot of people ask me, where is this young woman from? So I am from the village of St. Peter's, but, St. Kitts is small, so I basically, I travel around the island, and I just want to let each and every one of you know how special you are, and just to know that you're here with us and want to see what we're going to be bringing tonight. Well, tonight I have in the studio with me, I have someone that is from here, and he's going to be sharing a little bit about himself and what is actually, what he's all about and what he's going to bring to our Real Talk right here, our grassroots program that we present every Wednesday. But before I do that, I just want to, like I said, let me acknowledge the folks out there on the internet, the TikTok massive. Understand that TikTok rule. All right. I want to say good evening to Facebook, regardless. There's some people that are still with our Facebook, especially Caribbean people, Instagram, YouTube, and persons out there in radio land that don't know about social media, because there's a lot of people still don't know about social media. This is a new world, the generation, and so sometimes they probably hear me saying Instagram, TikTok, YouTubers and stuff like that, and many of them really don't know. So it's good to really talk about it so they would know. And if you have someone that maybe is not data ready, aware of this whole mass communication through, I would say, social media networking, I think that maybe they don't have a smartphone. You have a grandmother, just sometimes you can spend some time and find them and just show them. Even if they don't have it, get your phone out and let them know that our phone is the new TV.
I believe.
Yes, it's a new TV, and, they will like it to know, believe it or not, because the young children, trust me, I have my little granddaughter, she's not even 3 years old, and who tell us to give her a tablet? But the good thing is the tablet that we give to her is designed for the child, but the child is finding things. At one time, we didn't even know how she got to YouTube. The good thing is, like I said, we monitor it, and she cannot get onto certain things that she can see. It's all educational stuff. So she'd be looking at dinosaurs, and she was like, Grandma, dinosaurs. So, and it feels so special knowing, and she's doing accounting and stuff. But the good and the bad with this tablet, with these little toddlers, babies, listen, the only time to get it away from them is sleeping time, but you're going to have to basically give them a limit and some boundaries, because they are they cry, they have a tantrum, they want to bang you off for these things. It is that serious.
Yeah, I know how it
right? Even we turn down the volume. The child know how to turn up the volume. She even know how to turn down the lights and turn it back up. And we want to know, well, how she learned these things in such a short space of time. But she really know. She know how to control it. When the battery dead, that's another fit. But we are teaching her basically knowing that, well, hey, the body we need to charge. So to give a little patience and stuff like that. So, this is the world today, people. And we can look at these things not on the bad side, but in everything in life, there's a positive and there's a negative.
Yeah.
Tonight I have in the studios with me Mr. Anderson Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Right. And this guy, to me, is somebody that is very creative and intelligent, and the man is a Rasta man. And people are going to... I have our maintenance, our technician, shaking it to he's a Rasta, so he's conscious vibes up in here.
Rasta man them straight.
Yeah, tonight. Rasta power. Yeah, so big up to everyone, the bald heads, whatever you consider yourself, each and every one of you out there. And if you're HMP people and you have a chance to come on the outside, people behave yourself so you can come on out.
Them man, they over the street.
Yes, and see people. You want to see and breathe fresh people on the outside. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That freedom. So people don't stop in there fret. Use your time wisely, learn from it, and come out.
There, man.
Yes, and come out to be a better person.
Yeah, man.
Right? So this is our introduction with Real Talk with Lavi. If you're just in tune, understand that we're back up on track. So if you was certain parts of the island and you wasn't hearing from us, I gotta say good evening to Mr. Politics. Good evening to you. Good evening to Mr. Culture. Good evening to Jam Down. Good evening to Mr. Ivan McMahon. All Carl Brown, good evening. All the radio, massive persons who always on the radio, waiting for whoever to switch on, listen, you gotta appreciate these people.
Yeah.
Because if you know nobody else gonna call in, these people gonna call in once they're around and they want to call in to contribute. But
man, tune into the thing too, man.
Yes, and this program is a grassroots program for positive people here in the Federation, and whether you're the diaspora, let me say diaspora. I think that's what people call it here in the Caribbean. Diaspora, I know it as diaspora. But wherever you are and you're listening, good evening, this is Lavi. Nobody trained me to do this, but I just feel, I've been...
She's a natural.
Yes, man, just, and when you're dealing with people, especially when you're an entrepreneur, you're dealing with people from you're in your teens.
Yeah.
You grow to love people, and there's a lot of people out there getting comfortable and saying that they don't like people. But when you don't like people, sometimes it's that one person that did not do you something good, whatever you did not.
I don't believe that they really don't like people.
And that's the whole thing. It's not a matter that they don't like people, but sometimes we have to know to craft our words, and sometimes we are not there mentally.
Yeah.
And this is why I feel blessed to know that I love people, because somebody do me something bad, or I do something bad, because we have to check ourselves as well. I just kind of go around and say, I hate people. And this is like a norm for young people to be saying they hate people, but you cannot hate people, because I'm going to share something quickly. On this long weekend, Monday, matter of fact, I was at the beach at Frigate Bay, and I was able to be on the scene to help a young child that was attacked from the shark. And if I had in my head that I don't like people, when I see stuff like that, I would disassociate myself and don't even know how to relate. So we have to be careful when we don't like people. The word is humanity or humanitarian. We have to always help someone.
Right.
And today, that little boy, he's like the son. So I basically have an addition because...
Congratulations.
I know, right? I inherit another son. Yeah. And he's such a sweet child.
Check.
Very, I must commend his parents, because that child is such a sweet child. He's 9 years old, and you can see that he have some... nurturing. He come from a good home. He come from a loving home. At 9, when I speak to him, I don't know him, but the way how I treat him like he was my own child. And I felt that sense from him that he's going to be okay, because this lady, where the lady...
He felt safe.
He felt safe. Where the lady that was holding my hand, that's the lady that was holding my hand.
Wow.
Yeah, and I felt good. Trust me, I really felt good. I mean, when I did the live, I did not do the live because I really wanted to do the live. I'm just going to be real. But one of the reasons why I did not want to do it because it was not my child.
Right.
And because I know the extent of what happened, I did not want to do anything and say certain things without, breaching his privacy also because he's a child and his parents are family and loved ones. Right? So I took all of that into consideration, and this came because I actually had CPR certification. I'm certified in that.
Yeah?
Yes. And it is not hard. These are things that each and every one of us, we can't just put up our hand and wait for the people in the medical fields. These are things that you can actually go and do a course in it. It's not, it's just like when you're learning to drive a stick shift. I can drive a standard, right? So these are things that a lot of us out there want to take into consideration because you don't know who's going to have a cardiac arrest. If you have an attack and you see somebody there and they just can't breathe, you don't even know what to do to resuscitate them to bring them back to life or save their life.
A safety tool, so to speak.
The safety, correct. Right? It's the same thing even when you have a business, especially persons that are having a lot of people coming to them. And even if they don't have people coming to them, you should have a first aid kit in your business regardless. A first aid kit is necessary in your business. All right?
Right.
So tonight, I know persons was calling me and telling me, Lavi, you should do a live and give updates on what's going on with the kid. I cannot do a live and give update on a minor and put the child business out like that. But I must let you guys know that I've already done my part. He's at the hospital. Hopefully he's recovering, and whatever aid that maybe persons in the public can do to help the child. I am speaking with the mother, and basically I would say that, what else can be done to have the public or person that are out there interested to really want to help and assist this child, because he's only 9 years old.
Wow.
9 years old, and when you get a situation like that, I've heard people out there saying, well, it's a shark, it's a barracuda. People, I will leave that to the Marines, that the people in the knowledge that will look at the situation and can determine exactly what did it. I cannot come here and say that this is what did it. All I know, I was there, yes, but I cannot come and say, well, it was this thing, but I know it's something that was really bad. And everyone that was there at the time, I want to say good evening to you guys, and give yourself a big, big props to being a part of saving this child,
Right.
and being a part of the fast and swift and recognized as an emergency. So every single one, the children that was there, other person that was there. I want to say good evening to Mr. I think is Virgil Kent also. Everyone that comes together that thinks swiftly, and as I said, I did this the certification, so I know that if you believe in people, the first thing that you do, put on your phone, don't go take pictures, don't go live. You need to go and find anything that can wrap up that wherever it is, the injury, and you want to make sure that you can stop that blood. In the meantime, you call 911, you call the police station, you call the media, or anybody that you know you can call, but call people in the profession than just the gossip mongers that basically trying to get ratings. You need to think, take yourself out of it and give aid to the person that need it, right? And tonight, I really feel special, like I said, for everyone that was there, that, we jump and make sure that we get all out of the water, and was able to not just let the child there waiting for the ambulance to come,
Right.
but to go and make sure that we take that child and thing. And I also want to take some time out to give some props to the JNF hospital, to the staff, the person that came and aid at the time when we reached on arrival, Dr. Archibald Dwayne, and some other nurses, I don't know their name, and anyone that have to be dealing with situations like this. But I can tell you this much: the way and the approach that they came, they really they did not hesitate, and he was dealt with as an emergency. And I love that. And if everybody know Lavi Gums, I wasn't going to settle for anything less, and because of the nature also, I got to say this, that I recognized what was happening, and I decided that I was not going to touch him after that because I did not want to add to anything. So I made sure that the doctors could have come out and actually take a look of the situation so they would know how to touch this child. Because I like I said, I am a mother, and in this situation, I did not see him as just a child. I see him as my child. Right. So I just hope that persons out there that wanted to, hear what's going on with the child. This is a situation. Last but not least, I gotta let people know that I did not take any photograph of that child, and no one else take any photograph of that child at Forget the Beach. We shut down that so quick. A matter of fact, I don't think anyone in the rightful mind to see what happened in that short space of time. I could not have taken out any phone or allow anybody else to do that, because it was all about trying to save that child and also save the other children that was over there. All right? So let's continue with our show tonight. Once again, good evening to you. It is 8:20. You're on The Real Talk, and I have here in the studios with me Mr. Anderson Glasgow. So Mr. Anderson, tell the people a little bit about who you are and where you're from.
Well, good night again. As the lovely lady said, I'm Anderson Glasgow. When you see the shades, it's going to be something great.
Mm-hmm.
No? Pull my.
No, go ahead, Tom.
Okay. Yeah, people, as I know, from you see the shades, it's going to be something great. But anyway, we go into this. Yeah, that's a little ghetto youth still from New Guinea, but living in Challengers for 20 years now. So we got the whole of Challengers.
So you're from Challengers?
No, main from Challengers. I live in Challengers 20 years now, but I'm really from New Guinea.
Oh, where is New Guinea?
That's a little village between Harfachi and Sandy Point, which part the boatyard is, if anybody know, the boatyard on the west side. Yeah, little tiny little village. You could count the amount of people. This is so.
Wait, so that's before you reach to Brimstone Hill?
Yeah, that's in between there. Well, we own Brimstone Hill, New Guinea is Brimstone Hill is in New Guinea, not Sandy Point.
Oh, the reason why I'm asking, because we are worldwide, and there are persons out there will probably want to know. They're probably trying to figure out who is Anderson Glasgow, trying to put your families and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I basically I'm on the media that just trying to find a way out for ghetto youth still. Come on from the ghetto, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
okay, so Anderson, I saw you because you do a lot of, some people call it blogging. Yeah. What got you into that? What got you into doing, being,
Well, it's something I wanted.
media?
It's something I wanted to do, like all the time. But to be honest, I wasn't really so brave. I got big up my co-host, my sister Queen Shanti and TikTok, because she's one that give me the motivation now.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's an open speaker and she's like a real defender, especially as she children. You understand? And she actually made me see myself like different. You know what I mean? So yeah, so big up yourself, Shanti, real talk. Just one day I was on TikTok reasoning with a total stranger, and I was reasoning about myself, and it's like when you blink, you can't believe the amount of people on your live. kind of people fast, eh? You ain't sugarcoating the thing in our newsy.
But but let me stick up it. You know something? I think, I don't know, I think I hear the word fast like that in saying it's because the place is small, but you want it to be fast because that's how you're going to grow.
Yeah. I mean, it was true. At the time, it wasn't about getting a name.
Correct.
It was just reasoning. But seeing my sister, as I said, like, she helped me get brave, no? You know what I mean? Be able to just speak out on the media. And just one day, I was like, bye. You know, he's an entertainer. Because I used to dance when I was younger, NG Steppers, if anybody know. And yeah, we used to run the media. We used to run the dance hall, you check? Yeah, NG Steppers, big up everybody.
So basically, your sister is the one that motivated you to do this thing.
Well, she's not my blood sister, you know.
Oh, okay.
But I rate her sister because ever since we met on social media, she let me just say she deserved that title differently. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We are born with the family and everything, my family and hers.
Right. So, tell me a little bit about who is Anderson. You say more or less New Guinea area, right?
New Guinea Sandy Point,
Right. So who is Anderson in terms of a youth and where you see yourself from there, school-wise,
Well,
work-wise, community-wise?
well, community-wise, I'm a community person. Everybody could tell you so. From challenges, they will let you know, I'm easy to talk to. Now, I'm someone I would really listen to you. If I could help, I would help. I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. If I can't do it, I'll let you know I can't do it. If I'm willing to help, I will let you know, but I'm willing. If I ain't going to do it, I'll let you know straight up. But I mean, I do that there. Understand? I just playing differently. I'm a lover of music and dancing, but I'm really more into music. That's what really boosts me into the media too, because listening our local music, they don't get the attention that they deserve. And the artists, them.
Hello? We're getting a phone call.
We get a phone call?
No, let me, yeah. Good evening. You're on Live and Real Talk.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
I'm just calling to say congratulations on your show and keep it up, okay?
Oh, thank you.
I'm hoping you recognize the voice.
Oh, I think I do. I think, yeah.
Yeah, this is Noah Mills. Good job on your interview.
No, to be honest, I had somebody else petitions concern.
In mine?
Yeah, because you said.
I'm going to hang up now, okay? I'm hurt. Goodbye.
No, just before you go. No, because I need to get you on this show too, because I want to talk about when you actually introduced me down by TDC.
In interview the gentleman, he's doing good. But keep developing your community, okay?
Yeah,
absolutely,
man, just
absolutely.
Nice.
Yes,
Man,
okay, thanks
you.
for calling in. You know, Nor? That's Nor Mills from Sandy Point.
Yeah, I know him.
It was over the carnival, and listen, they talk so bad about Nor that people still ask for Nor today.
Well, personally, Noah Mills, to me, he's a good guy. I can't talk based on nobody else, but I know him, and he's a good guy to me, you know.
But listen, this is real talk, right? And I'm basically what I'm saying, sometimes when you're in a certain position, expect to get stones. And my mother always say, you ever hear this here? You only know when the well run dry.
Yeah. They never miss the water till the well gone.
Yes, and he's full of, experience. And I understand that he did over at Nevis, the cultural armor.
Oh, okay.
Seem like the Nevis people love him. So
Okay,
sometimes
big
up yourself to Noah,
big
when
up
we
yourself.
only want us, somebody else want us.
That's how we don't go, because, I mean, take me for instance, I grew up with some people that I would have feel like, would have give me the assistance I might have need from them. They ain't do that. I got it from total strangers. And
Right.
those strangers now becomes my best friends.
Absolutely.
Understand? So it's like, don't never believe that is who you're growing up with, is who you're going to end up with. You know what I mean?
And that's why they say you meet people on the way.
On the way,
Remember,
Jack.
when you're young, even you go to school, you know, we go school, we go church, we go all these places. And as you get older and mature, you get a mind of your own, you branch off, and you're going to always be meeting people on the way. However, sometimes there always will be somebody that was on the way with you.
Yeah.
That you still have to remember because no
Remember them,
matter
you know.
what, you know, no man is an island. But what I want to, before we get the phone call, what I want to ask you, I know you like the music, you're a Rasta man, and I really think that you're an inspiration to St. Kitts. I like what you're doing with
give
your
thanks.
and YouTube, bringing out your little information. Where I discover you, because I don't go out and discover people, you know, in order to be on the show, I don't go
discover
out.
me.
That's where I'm coming from. I either go out and discover people. I don't wait for them to come. Some of them don't come. They just say no, but I will still continue going.
Yeah.
But I saw you on a vlog with iMac, and I was like, oh, this Rasta man out there, like, you know, the man sound, and he talk about that you was there too in terms of that type of life.
Yeah,
So don't think you're going to escape all of that, you know, because this show ain't about us, you know, it's to inspire somebody else out there.
Believe.
You understand?
Yeah, man.
So, when you were speaking about iMac, what got you, I know you're all in the same music industry, but you really had a passion, and of course, on your own platform, you can do anything out there, but you know, we're on the Real Talk with Lavi, so whatever we bring is to bring it clean, because we can present information clean.
Yeah.
And when you go back on your platform, you go on dot you over there,
Yeah,
you know what I
people
mean?
don't know the thing go on.
Yes.
Different strokes.
Yeah,
different
so
folks.
tell us a little
Time
bit
and
about
place.
that with iMac, and I also want to know your journey in terms of because almost everybody went on a bad path. You understand? Because it's easy to go on the bad path than on the good. Sometimes the bad path appear to be easy, but it'll turn around to haunt us in the long run.
Yeah.
You know? So, speaking about iMac, I want to say condolences again to his family and to anyone out there that lose a loved one. I want to let everyone know it's not just about iMac, but the reason why I'm saying iMac, because I just discovered also who is iMac father, which is Stiley.
Yeah.
And a lot of people did not know that Stiley and Kwame was brothers. I think, I'm not sure if it's Mac like the farm, but they was living in Newtown. So they're from Bastille, and they live up in the States, and iMac used to do something similar like his father. I mean,
He got songs indicating like certain people is his relatives and so he's a very creative artist, which he's
Right.
a real poet, you know.
right. So what I want to ask you, like I said, I just want to let us know what got you up to really talk about iMac on your platform.
I mean, you mean
When I
In
saw
general?
when I saw you there was a video out, and then I saw you basically you know, his song. He have a lovely song out. I really like that
yeah,
song.
PTSD. Yeah, that's a lovely song. Well, like I said, iMac, he's what you call a legend. He's somebody all the artists them look up to. And as a lover of entertainment, you must love the artist. Cause he know how to just bring that fire, you know what I mean? Yeah, and really, I mean, ain't really about iMac. It's really about the music in general. But he's like a godfather in the biz, so to speak. You can't don't talk about them man there. You know what I mean? It really would be unfair not to talk about history makers or like highlight we would have to talk about. But what I spoke about iMac when you discovered me is because, you know, I mean, we all felt hurt.
Well, let me come,
You know?
because this is Real Talk with Lavi, like I said. In the video, we see iMac was saying certain things and saying he was speaking about the Honorable Marshall Henderson, right?
Yeah.
And there's, you know, once you say and call somebody name, people going to run and they're going to put on more and stuff like that. But he felt really hurt, right? and to a point where it is alleged that he was accusing her of she's the reason why he is back here today. But I don't expect you to answer this, and nobody basically have the answers. But for me, giving my opinion, and I'm very articulate too, so I'm not going to get in trouble, unless they hate me. But I feel that for somebody to just basically say that the Honorable Marsha Henderson was the one that is responsible for him and would just call immigration or whatever to make him come back here, I feel that if people don't have proof, they should not go on and really say stuff like that. But that is what was in the video. So
well, he shoot he voice note, so you don't know that they got still, ain't like nobody come out and say nothing about her. Which I don't feel like his voice note should have been put out in the media like that still. So
but his voice, I actually see certain things on his Instagram page as well. And he did say that he was going through a lot, and unfortunately, right, everybody that goes through a lot. And I wish I had known who the guy was, because if I had known who his parents,
guy, man.
who his parents was, I would have basically have him in here also while he was alive. It's unfortunate, because this is what the platform is, to help people bring out the best and give them a platform. Give them a platform to express themselves and let people know who they're about. Because we have to iron sharpen iron. You know what I mean? Right. And this is the best way that we can come together to help other people's growth by networking. Right. So like I said, I saw some of the things on Instagram. I'm not even going to talk about the gossip side and whatever, but he did basically mention that he was talking to her, and you can see that he had a lot of things that he wanted to speak about, because he said that if one of these days he'll have been talking about it, but unfortunately it did not happen, right? So, but anyway, that is where I found you, and you're here in the studios tonight. Let me ask you a question.
Well, you could say he bossed me then, because he like boss artists, yeah. So big up himself still, man.
Yes, I mean, whether
somebody discover me still.
Correct. we're gonna come into this world and we're gonna go out of this world. Unfortunately, sometimes it's how things happen.
Yeah.
The hate that come with it. Because when you see healthy body men that just getting shot down like that, it's not like he was sick, and it's like this, we cannot really bring this to St. Kitts and make it like a norm. The place is too small for that. But are you familiar with that kind of life? Have you gone down that path, or did you think you did anything on?
Yeah, man don't chat down them life, man. Man chat them life, they like for real, you know what I mean? Ain't even sugarcoat in it, but.
Have you been to HMP?
Yeah, I spent 2 years over there. We man there. I never did time, so never was convicted.
And look at you. You're in the studios. Big up yourself.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Big up.
Yeah.
Yeah, people just shy, you know what I mean? Talking about HMP too, a lot of people out here, right? They feel like because you go to prison, it's like you're a nobody, no? But they gotta understand that you're in a prison and you got loved ones out here said way. It's just that you ain't in the position to have a loved one. And maybe you have somebody in there that, some people just kind of mistake in their mind too, but them man in jail, them man deserve a second chance, and the public needs to give the youth them a second chance, because based on how you're going to cheat, I'm going to put myself in it, us. Based on how you cheat us, you're going to get something you might not even like. And right now, I ain't like what's going on. Because we are going to see what's going on. The place ain't nice. You know what I mean? There's a lot of murders in the place. Who you going to blame? The ghetto youth them? Because it's them taking up the weapons and hurting each other. You can't really blame them. They're fighting their own the battle, you understand? This is how they know how to defend oneself. It's the life you talk about.
And listen, I'm going to say this here, right? Me going to talk. If somebody pick up a gun and they kill somebody that could have been 12, 14, you got to blame them there, yes. The parents them got to blame. The society got to blame. But at the end of the day, we must let people take accountability and in what you're saying, I'm agreeing with you 100%, but I'm also adding that persons that go to jail, right? Yes, they have the loved ones on the outside, right? But they also have to want to have that second chance. They also want to be a better person, you know? Because sometimes they're not children also. They're adults. Some of them are adults. They go in as children, and the system have to help them also.
I'm
Right?
so glad you said that.
No, and I want to let you
Glad
know,
you
I
said
want
that.
to let you know, because we want to have a good discussion up in here. We have a lot of people logging on online, right? I just want to let you know that even if I'm answering, don't debate me, because it's going to like detour. Just allow me, and you say whatever. I'm just trying to conduct. So you don't have to defend, because remember, I'm here for the middle person out there as well.
Yeah, okay,
You
big up,
understand?
man.
Right. So just continue with your conversation.
Yeah. Well,
So you was talking about the blaming, right?
yeah,
But at the end of the day, like I said, if somebody pull a trigger on somebody, we could talk about all the blaming and this and who to blame and that. They have to be responsible and to be blamed also. Because nobody take no gun and put it in their hand. And a lot of these,
sometimes. You never know.
well, let me ask you a question. So you take a gun and put it in my hand. What I must do? Go kill somebody?
You do things out of fear too. You know,
Well,
if you was in the pool, you would understand how the fishes operate. You understand? Ain't everybody do it by choice. You know?
So then we're in a bad situation. So which means people are damaged and people basically need education.
Exactly.
So-
Do you
so-
don't want help?
Well, everybody want help, but at the end of the day, right? Send kids have, because I went through the island. I've been going to the island, and I don't know. With a lot of people from Bass, they don't go to the countryside. Some people from the country only come into town because they have to work, right? But I took some time out, and I've been going to the countryside all over by Molyneux, going up Phillips's. I've never realized how big Phillips's is until I went in India, like you're going up in the mountain, and a lot of nice houses.
Yeah.
You have a lot of entrepreneurs live over in Molyneux and Phillips's, all over St. Kitts and Nevis. But what I recognize, right, that when you go to places in the country, a lot of those people are into farming, but they're also educated people. And what I realize, I never even know, almost in every parish, or if not village, we have schools. To a point that some of the schools were so close, like over in Keys, they had to close that. And you have Keon, right? So I don't see how we as a small society, right, cannot be more educated and really trying to want to empower our mind. Because I am just saying that we can't just put up our hand and always saying that to blame somebody else. Because what if we don't have a government? We're still going to need a government. We cannot have a place without a government.
We can't survive without a government. You must have a leader. You know what I mean? You got to get somebody to lead. But the person that got lead in a positive way and don't try to lead controlling. You understand? Because
I'm going to read what this person is saying. Big up yourself, this person, I'm not going to call his name, but he said, he's so right. Ain't all do it by choice. Some were being bullied in turn that way to resent the bullying.
exactly.
Right. But anyway, continue with
I
what
was
you're
bullied.
saying.
I was bullied. Enough people might
What,
feel
what,
like it's impossible because you know who know me, eh?
what age were you bullied?
I was bullied like from kindergarten to like grade 3, 4.
But if somebody in kindergarten bullying somebody, well, what kind of children in kindergarten?
It's just children being children, you know? It's just kids being kids.
So you think that would have been bullying from kindergarten? I'm just asking.
Huh?
You think it's bullied from kindergarten or children just figuring out themselves?
It's bullying too. They're figuring out themselves, we know who we be, and we decide to bully because we don't understand that I'm more than you. So from you got the understanding, you know what you're dealing with.
So which means it comes from the home, because
Not
when
really.
you go, where else it can come from, Anderson?
Not really, because
I don't mean what I'm saying, right? Parenting.
I come from a Christian home.
Right. Right, parenting, right? Because the whole thing is from a Christian community. So, parenting, nurture, guide, protect, educate. I don't know if I'm missing anything. Through adulthood, right? So basically, what we're seeing here, I think our homes, something is missing. A lot of children right now are being raised in homes without grandparents, without uncles,
Without a father direct.
aunties,
Without a
father,
father direct.
mother, right? And there's a lot of young men that are in prison right now. Some of them are under, I doubt if they're 21 and they probably don't have maybe 2, 3 children fathering, and some of them in prison over 25, 30, 35, whatever age. And not just here in St. Kitts and Nevis, all over. But we're looking at our little small society, right? And I just feel that being a Kittitian, a native of St. Kitts and Nevis, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, we see them on social media all the time. We always look way to blame somebody else. We never take accountability for ourselves.
That is true.
And it comes even from the politicians.
That is true.
So it's becoming now to me like a culture. It's okay now to say, well, somebody tell me to do it. I was bullied. I spoke to a young man. Well, many young men and women. But a particular young man, he'd drive bus. And he said, Lavi, I could never be in a gang. So I said, why? He said, he loves freedom. So we have to basically maybe, listening to what you're saying, and it's the truth.
That's what he
right?
said.
No, I'm telling you, that is the truth, what you're speaking. But there's also truth to other things, because we just can't gravitate and say, well, we're bullied. So we now have to come, and I hope that persons are out in the educational department and whoever is online, because these are things where we have to listen and get this information in school, as you said, from kindergarten.
Yeah.
And we start educating the children and bringing ordinary people to talk to our youths. But carry on, Anderson.
Okay, I was telling you I was bullied. You're right, eh? I was telling you I was bullied till like up to grade 3, grade 4.
Mm-hmm.
But I could remember my grandmother telling me, right? Because I could remember reaching home from school, I got beat up. So she had working money, which is my clothes, all dirty, and some buttons I go. So she was like, what happened to you? I was like, so-and-so do me, And she was like, but I'm going to send you to school, you go get bang up. But I said, well, mama, because we used to call her mama.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, well, mama, you tell me, you not send me to school, go fight neither. So she was like, no, you got to defend yourself. So I actually got licks for not defending myself. So I tell myself, well, I would never, ever go home again to get licks for not defending myself. Because she was like, when people violate you, nobody ever tell them how. So when you're going to defend yourself, I don't feel like nobody should tell you how, neither. And the devil like to grip youths in a different way. So defending myself in a violent way is how and I'm short and slim.
You're petite.
Eh?
You're petite.
So I used to feel like I could easily be shoved around. So, I got really get something to help defend me too. I just can't use me and them.
Mm-hmm.
So it stemmed from there.
Mm-hmm.
Me defending myself. 'Cause I always defend. I'm a defender. I like defend me and who around me.
Mm-hmm.
That's something about me too.
Mm-hmm.
And people use that to get me to do many things in the past. Because, loyalty and these things. So coming from the street is like I was forced into the lifestyle because I had to defend myself. Because once again, the system, I'm going to blame I too, which is the police, because I don't do our job. Real talk, I do not do our job unless it's convenient to I. You understand? The ghetto youth them right now they need help. You can't tell yourself you're gonna go down in the hood them and because they see a group of boys on the corner smoking maybe they not even smoking, maybe drinking and talking and having fun. You know what I mean? You can't tell yourself you're just going over there go color them up. You know what I'm saying?
Like that,
just like
not
that.
introduction or anything.
I'm gonna ask you, what you doing? You're gonna think it best to slap him, slam him, and then you take him up, throw him in a cell, give him 72 hours, and then you let him go. You understand? Then again, it's be a anger in other youth, the mind.
Yeah.
The same thing over in the prison. You carry them over there, and you ain't cheating them like you want them to be a better person when they come out in society. You're treating them like dogs. So what you expect to come out of in there, no dog? It's beast you're creating in there, you ain't creating nothing better. I'm telling you, because I was in there and I got friends that in there and they're suffering. And to tell the honest truth, I believe the PM need to go in there, go really do some investigating and them thing there because in there the people them not get treated right. Understand? They're not being treated right. I got a superintendent that don't work. He don't do his job. You understand? He supposed to be in the jail working on where you be. You're carrying tourists around saying kids. Or you're teaching people how to drive. You know belongs in the government place or do the government work.
Lord, this is Real Talk with Lavi. Anderson.
I got emotional a while ago because it's pain, eh?
I realized that you got emotional and it's Real Talk and these things will come up. And unfortunately, we don't like to hear these things, but I guess it comes down to customer service and it comes down to persons that are in this position that are not really doing their job as well. So in order to help the youths and help people from being angry, so it's like, as you said, you're being bullied from a child, and not just you in general. And then you end up go to, say, to prison because that is supposed to basically make you, for what you did wrong, for you to become a better person. And if when you have people in these positions, the correction officers that are not probably, and I'm speaking in general, people that are not maybe getting the ongoing training, that knowing how to speak to somebody, not that because they're in jail, you don't treat them like animals because it's human in prison.
Exactly.
And I could tell you this much, I have gone in the prison and, you know, when I go there, just hearing it, you know, I will have a fear, but I don't have any fear like that because I had to break away in terms of knowing that they're human. But I would say this. When I went to that prison to do some training, you would hear the young kids, young kids, and you could hear them, Miss, you look nice. And they say so much nice things. And I'm sure that they will say to other people, it's not just me, but they're so happy to see someone. And it's well respected. Sometimes they say, yeah, Lavi, good morning, you know, you look nice, keep it up. They give me a lot of words of encouragement. They motivate me. But that doesn't mean I'm going to like turn a blind eye and not forgetting where I am.
Yeah, right.
But at the same time, I realize it's the way how I treat them that they too was able to. It was not even a flirtation.
Exactly.
Because I could be some of their mother, probably maybe grandmother. But you can see that they see somebody coming in of difference that is not for working for the system. And I'm not saying that the system's supposed to be friendly with them neither, because criminals are talking.
They're supposed to be friendly.
Right? But there's a level of professionalism, and that is why we really need to get a professional rehabilitation place. Because that HMP, where is that right now?
It's inhumane.
That is not the place to basically take people to the next level. Even trainers going inside in the prison. And in order to get people to come in there to want to render humanitarian service, it's not everybody at that level where they could just give back like that for free. All these little pittance in stipends, you got to pay people the money that they rightfully deserve.
Right.
Because when the lawyers have to go in prison to see these people, the lawyer's going in there on a ticket being paid. You understand?
Yep.
And when those people in these institutions that don't recognize and acknowledge persons who are going out the way to come in there to give back free service and their time, to treat them with respect. They don't like when we speak about this, but it needs to be addressed. And the Prime Minister, right, in order to get violence and crime to the next level in terms of having that task force that we want to be able to help, because it's everybody got to come on board, but everybody got to come on board, persons that are in these positions, that are on these boards, on this task force, wherever you are in head leadership, we need to abide and have some respect with ourselves.
Right.
I know, for instance, me not perfect because, sometimes this place is such a jolly place, we don't drink with rum, we talk a kind of way.
Yeah.
But if anybody no Lavi gums, I basically abide by the law. I don't interfere with people. But sometimes if somebody interfere with me, depending on what it is, I'm going to answer you back. You understand?
Right.
And sometimes people will say, oh, don't say nothing, don't this and whatever, but don't tell me don't say nothing. Let me fight my battles.
Exactly.
But and there's persons, not just in the prison, because tonight, listen, we need to get certain things out. Tomorrow is Independence Day. And if we're not independent in our mind, we're going to forever be a slave of the system.
Wow. You're so right with that.
Understand? I don't choose people to come on the show. Because when we ask persons in high positions that have these things, that have the professionalism to probably give back the tool to persons out there, they don't come on the show. They're too busy. They're too busy. They're running away from people asking them questions and being pressured. But if somebody drop dead, somebody in crisis, then you come on out. The people not going to respect you.
Exactly.
Because you wasn't there for them in time of need.
Exactly. And that is why I'm saying you're in the prison and you're the superintendent. If I'm in there and I need some assistance, when I need to see you, I really need to see you. I can't get to see you. You know what I'm saying? And you said, right, when you was in there, they will give the prisoners will compliment you. Do you know, by just giving you that compliment, is solitary confinement they're going for that?
Wow.
You know they're going to get punished for that. So how you going to expect me to come out a better man if I can't even say, good morning, miss.
Wow.
I like you here. Imagine that. So I want supposed to say, Gums, big up yourself. Just a man. So you really want me to come out in society to be? and there's a lot of things where I find that as adult, because we come from kids and we are adults, but it's like I said, we're not free. We are our own slaves from our own black race. You understand? And for instance, I'm doing this is the first time I'm going to speak about this. I try to keep certain things because you come here and it's, oh, don't talk this, don't do this. But then we're saying don't do this, and persons who ain't ambassador, who ain't director, who ain't minister, they are out there doing so much of things, always in drama. Okay.
But they want to hush down and shut up the local people, the natives. And this is why a lot of people are angry, right? I know for sure, and I could say this, persons out there, what they call gangs, I know the majority of them. And if I don't know them, I know those that done old, that done dead. I know some of them parents because of the job that I do. But I could go to some of them and talk to them. And when I go and I talk, I don't see a criminal. I see a human.
Exactly.
Now, don't I know maybe that they do certain things? No, I don't know because I don't be around them to that point. Right? Would I think that they're not capable? I would not say that because you don't know who is capable. Right?
Facts.
And you don't have to be somebody in a gang to do something bad.
I hope I hear that.
We're all human.
I hope I hear that.
You understand? It's just like stealing. You don't have to work from a certain place. You don't have to be poor because we see even those who have the monies are stealing.
I hope I listening.
You understand? And this is worldwide. Right. And it have nothing to do with the skin color either. It's humans you're talking about. Right? But I have to say this because I've never talked about this and it bothers me so bad. Because if we don't address these and bring these things to the public, even the public ain't doing much because we're not coming together.
I'm just going to tell you that.
Right? So it really don't go anywhere. But if I know we can help somebody that one person that did not know better, and we can help them.
Sure.
Because when we're having these kind of programs, even in the prison where part it is, they want you to come in there. And when you go in there, you're outside in the hallway, you're knocking, and ordinary people have to be out there who going in to do something good. Just out there between everybody else. They don't even have a side door that you have to go through.
Right.
You understand?
They do, you know.
So, well, I'm just saying, right?
They do.
And another thing that I observe, when you go there, the room to do the teaching, they do not have any proper facilities. So these are things, it's not going to happen overnight, but if we don't press on these things, because I am a product of Peter Tosh, Bob Marley, and those other ancestors, Harriet Tubman,
Right.
you know, Cicely Tyson,
You got
all
Cicely.
our forefathers. Malcolm X, the teaching of Marcus Garvey. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I am saying that we have to do better. And when we are in these positions, whether you are over the prison, you're over the police, and seriously, you're over the army, you're over the government, you're over the people, any kind of management, right? Even the congregation, the minister, you have to be the head and you have to lead by the head.
Right.
So when you go into the prison now, I'm just saying, you go in, there's nobody that even coming in the classroom to see what you're doing. You understand? There used to be a guard inside there. There's no guard in there. So our prison, believe it or not, is not as bad as we think.
Exactly.
And when I say it's not as bad as we think, I'm talking about the people
right.
that are in there. If there was that violent, I am in a room using implements and have never one time feel like I was in danger. So it just shows that our people are not too far gone. We just need the proper facility and to get persons that are doing the job meaningfully,
Exactly.
that want people to get better. And in order to be doing training, you yourself have to detox. You have to know to turn your pain, you understand, and come back to be a better person.
Yeah, I did it. Well, I mean, I was always a good person. You know, just, you know what I mean? Circumstances. That's what I would say. Circumstances. Yeah. But just like you say, you're going there, you're going to do certain things, you're not going to guard. Because the man them in there, the man some cool youth, you know, differently, you know. I heard so much about certain people, because going up in the street, there's certain area I wouldn't go because of where I from. Ain't because me and them in a nothing. It's just because you just gotta be careful. You know what I mean? You want to give you up. You want nobody just understand, just take advantage of you. So you just hold your corner. But when I actually went to prison, I was amongst these same individuals, and it was like, you can't believe. You swear in church you be amongst be a Christian. Him and them just cool. I learned so much. I got big up them man over there for real. Big up most or less, you know. I learned so much from over there. How to be a man. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't a man on the outside. I don't even feel like I was a beast. You understand? I was a beast. And I mean, the people who in there doing life, doing a lot of years, I who tell me about this ain't the way. Them I'm preaching that.
Could you slow down and say it again? What you say? We just say.
Yeah.
People that in there doing life,
Yeah.
telling you gotta change your life, you gotta do better.
Yeah, you gotta
Because
do
they want to
better,
push
boy.
it. They want you to. They realize they can't get back out.
Yeah.
So they want, because you know you're gonna get in a chance to go out. They want to make sure encourage you.
Yeah,
so
they
you
want
could
me
do
come
better.
back in there. They let you know, don't come back in here, my brother. Do not come back in here. Ain't nobody in there never telling you, why you come back to jail, boy, you ain't got this. And no, you go in there, you ain't none of man. And man, you ain't even know the man help you prepare your little bunk, your little mat thing, what they going to give you. You know what I mean? Showing you the ropes, what to do, what to don't do. You understand? Nobody bullying you, taking advantage of you in no way. If you ain't educated like some, I will teach you. You got teachers in there
Yeah.
teaching you everything.
Well, it's human.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Yeah.
people are the best when they're at the lowest.
I'm telling you, but well, right now, because I got friends in there, you know.
Yeah.
Right now, I was told that many of the programs that I left India to help us rehabilitate, they're not there anymore. So tell me why you're going to hire somebody who's going to do that. What you really want from these men over there? You want them to come a better person? Come on. You got to help them, man. You got to show them, man, that you really could change, because people nice. If you're going to show them that people ain't nice, what you expect you can get from them?
You know, I would say I feel that our black race, and let me speak of West Indies, we have to learn and define and make humanity. We have to learn what humanitarian is. You understand? Our society is basically showing the Hollywood side. We are gravitating on the materialistic kind of thing.
Right.
You have people, for instance, a particular person always seem to be gang teaming and going on social media under anything that they see with me, and that's bullying.
Yeah. So
And it's a male that have dominant in the feminine part, right? And I've heard them writing all these things saying, "Oh, she left family with nothing, and she went away and she come back with nothing." And I'm just saying this, right? That things like that only makes me better,
Right.
because the fact remains that, and this is where bullying, and that is why people, if you're out there, you're in a gang. If you're in the prison and you're hearing me, this is Lavi Gums and the real talk. You got to stay strong and educate yourself of peer pressure. Don't expect the haters and who ain't no better. Damaged people cannot say good things to you if they're damaged.
Right.
So if you're going to be telling me I left here with nothing and I came back with nothing, and that's a rejoice to you, how am I going to make that define who I am?
Right.
And that's another thing. If you look on the news, the amount of homeless people that is escalating in the States, people ain't got nowhere to go. That it become a government thing now where they're trying to find where to put these homeless, because they in even the suburbs in America by big business prime spots, they want them from there. But the city don't want them to be there, but the city just can't move them.
Right.
So they're trying to put them in a particular park. So I'm just trying to tell you, listen, right? When we are here out there saying that Lavi broke and Lavi ain't got nothing or whatever, it tells me where your mind is. So it's not, if we can look at persons behind bars and people that are not behind bars and they're behaving like that, that is why the politicians behaving like this, because our standards are very low at 98.9 literacy rate. You remember I told you guys, in St. Kitts, if anybody don't know about it, and you can look around, I would like somebody, if you're on the thread tonight, or if you want to call in and let us know how many schools in St. Kitts and Nevis. We have a lot of schools compared to a lot of different places.
We got a lot of school, man.
In St. Thomas, Virgin Islands only have 2 high schools, and the rest is private schools.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, you have one in the country, Eudora Ken High School, and Charlotte Tamale in Charlotte Tamale, the capital. Just 2. You understand? And then you have the Catholic school, you have the Anglican private school, and you have some other private schools, right? And then some of the preschools, elementary school. So I am saying that St. Kitts people, we are privileged.
Yeah, man, we're too privileged.
We are very privileged, but we need to basically apply these programs, and we need to done with the blaming. Like I said, tomorrow is Independence Day, and this power talk right here with Lavi Gums and Anderson Glasgow is real talk coming from real people. So when they say people, broke people, smile upon them, because you're not the only one. Exactly. But the best thing to know that you're not broke-minded.
Right.
And a lot of us, we are financially challenged, right? And we have to basically know to overcome our struggles, our challenges. A lot of young people don't know how to deal with the life challenges that has come. You just have COVID, right? Mm-hmm. The world is changing. I would say every 10 years, you have something. You had 9/11, if you check it out. every
true.
period,
Yeah.
and I am understanding that 2030 is going to be another challenge. It's going to always be something. Once your life, it's going to be something.
Life is a challenge. You know?
But if we basically stop gravitating and well, you know what? She not got no money, or she job position in there. He ain't got no money. Who he think he be? And we just see them as nobody. But like I said, you never know who's going to come to your rescue. Because I was at a particular place, the Lord put me there. I was supposed to be in the water, and after I see so much children, I said, you know what, that's Sunday too hard for me. I just put myself in a position, watching the children, them, you know, I need my children. I was just watching them, because children have a way of drifting, and you know, the sea ain't to play with, because it's one of the most deadliest things. Even it's a beautiful feel to be in the water.
Beautiful things are very dangerous to people.
And he was there. We never expect to have such a thing where the children are all happy and, like I said, enjoying themselves, not even all the way in the water. From waistline, come back down to knee length, going back down there. That is, and I'm speaking on a child's level. It's not even like, say, me in the water for my knee length and my waistline.
Right.
I mean, you understand?
Shallow, yeah.
So if we don't change our mindset here in St. Kitts, and I blame the politicians. And you know why I blame the politicians? The politicians help form the government and their constitutions. And we are so divided in this place because for every political party that comes up, for every leader or whoever hero, whoever they're going to be supporting, everybody holding their own rules.
Achoo.
So our children are really coming up mentally damaged because they really don't know or getting the respect for the leaders. So if one is not for a particular party, they're not going to know anything about our forefathers, or about Llewellyn Bradshaw. They're not going to know anything about him, and they're not even going to know about the oldest living hero, which is Sir Kennedy Simmons. Because we're taking the roots out of our children.
Just now, Dougie, just now, you're a hero.
And that's the same thing, even Dr. Denzel Douglas, no matter how bad you talk about them.
Man, are you a man?
Timothy Harris, the same thing, the Honorable Timothy Harris, Mark Brantley, the Honorable Premier. Whether we don't like what they're doing, at some point in time, we seem to honor people when they get old and weary or when they're dead.
Yeah, true.
Right?
True.
The Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Jew, whether we like what he's doing or we don't like what he's doing, they're already gone down in history. Right? And the disrespect that we're putting out for our people, the division come from what the politicians are bringing to them. So it's more or less like a gang.
Yeah, just tell you, a gang, they be them are the biggest gang.
But anyway.
Most powerful ones, them.
Right. So you said that you went to prison, and when you came out, you know, how was that able to help you to want you to be better? Because now when you say prison life, being an Indian are nice.
Well, to be honest, while I was in there, like I said, I was being coached to be a better person, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When I came out, it was very hard because society, you see people in society, them don't give you a second chance, you know. It's them. They don't give you that second chance, and they don't believe that you change, you know. And let me fast forward to like, well, we went, but for me it's fast forward to 2019, because I came home like 2015 from prison. I went 2013, came out 2015, but 2019, you know, they had a peace. This is something I'm gonna touch. People tend to feel like it's the government created this peace, this whole peace thing, and no government, nobody in the system had nothing to do with the organization of peace. Peace come from the same youth them, why out they blaming and saying that they can't do no better, they know no better. It's them that decide. Enough is enough. We're losing too much brothers. We're losing too much friends, cousins. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. Let we just learn how to forgive, but we can't forget. But let we learn how to forgive, bro. That was it, Now, the police got involved. Because when you're going to your little meetings to try to reason out your thing, remember, we are so-called gang members. So them going to feel like we organizing crime, which ain't organizing and a crime. We trying to figure out the best ways to lower the crime. I mean, they intervene. You gotta show them what you're about. Show them what's it about. Big up the man them who really started it. Me gonna call on them, but I know who I be. Big up ourselves. The peace movement. Police got involved. We showed them what it was all about. No, there was like, well, what can we do to help then? Was like, okay, he hard. Because we just saying we ain't gonna do nothing. But that don't mean say he feel comfortable walking the road yet. Because you just can't feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Some people got the power to say you can't take up a gun and use it. Because you have people with that power, You understand? And there's consequences to your actions.
Absolutely.
So, them kind of people big up them man they still who make the man them can't bust no more. But at the same time, you ain't comfortable because ain't all gang members have guns.
And they shouldn't either. There's certain people not supposed to have a gun in their hand either.
And you got to remember, I lost a brother when my next brother ain't in no gang, maybe his friend ain't in no gang, but he lost a friend. Suppose he want to do something about that loss that we know who is a part of a gang don't know about. Ain't everything we could stop. You understand? So it was very hard and it was challenging, because the mind of a man still got to protect. Well, we don't call it 3 points, but you got to protect your life, So we was telling them, okay, then, murder ain't just crime. Robbery is a crime. So if we can't work to own an honest bread, what do you think gonna happen? Because we got kids to support, we got families to feed, said we're like everybody else. So provide a way that we could have a steady income. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by provide a way so we could have a steady income?
Opportunity to actually how I could put it, take care of the neighborhood the way we're supposed to.
Let me ask you a question. I know some people don't have a parent, but if you're in a home and remember, like I told you, parenting, what parenting is for, is to guide, protect, teach, educate to adulthood. Every child is supposed to have a responsibility in terms of task. You can't want to go eat, especially when you're not a toddler, but you're growing. So the adults have to train that child to be responsible. So if you're, say, 10 years old and you're just in the house and you ain't doing nothing, it's time for parents to start teaching that child maybe how to take up a broom, make up your little bed. He ain't got to do a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a child, by the time they're 13, they should, especially a girl child, but also a boy child, teaching them how to cook and certain chores, because we have to teach our children to be independent. And it's not, back in the days, you have where a woman's supposed to do these things to do it for the men. But it's nobody guaranteed that they're going to have somebody to do these things, right? So it's good that we could start teaching people to be independent. And I get what you're saying, because this is real talk, not just because we're up here. We are talking for other people and what is happening in our federation.
Man, I walk the walk, to man. So
and you walk the walk.
Yeah, is that.
Right?
Yeah.
But I would also say and add to what you're saying, that we as individuals, like I said, also have to hold some responsibility to learn how to become from a boy to a man,
Yeah.
and from a girl to a woman, right? And we're getting comfortable, like it's the politicians or the government supposed to do all of that, but we also have homes. Like I said, that's where parents come in. That's where the schools come in. So the schools doing their part. And the government's supposed to do the part as well.
Yeah, the government
The
supposed to do
church
a
or
lot.
everybody, the neighborhoods, right? And this is why I said the crime and violence task force, because everything ain't going to happen overnight. And although we're talking these kind of things, the government that is in, people going to be listening and probably just throw blame just to that particular government. But this is where it have to start by listening to the people, because there's no other place or radio station in St. Kitts that we will have had a platform like this to even speak like this. People who just one set of people just calling in, and they, of course, they're angry, so they're not going to put over what they're feeling in a nice way,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But yet we look at all those talk shows in America because it's so bigger up there. Here is very small, and ain't everybody going to come forward. And ain't everybody can do what you and I are doing.
Yeah.
The person on the back, and they will say, Lavi, you're doing a good job, continue doing. So we are putting our lives out there also.
Yeah, for sure.
Because ain't everybody like to hear hardcore truth.
Well, me know how to do things different, you know. I just keep it real, eh? Yeah, that is real, you know. That's
So
how I grew up.
we have 10 more minutes. I'm going to take it up to 9:30. It is 20 minutes after the hour. So I just want to know, whatever else you want to talk, make sure it's something that you know you can get out. And in the meantime, I did not want to really interrupt, but there's a number of persons that have been putting some great information here. And I think I want to say this because when people are giving people their props, we have to give them their props.
Right.
Somebody said they all make their contribution. I guess they're speaking about the prime ministers. So they say they all make their contribution to the federation. But I am certain, and I'm reading a quote from this contributor, I am certain only Dr. Denzel Douglas would be a national hero. This is what somebody put, and that's their opinion. But at the same time,
Like he should have already been classified as one, you know. That's
Right.
my opinion, eh?
right,
Don't wrong me.
and what I would like to know while I'm here, because you know we just celebrate Heroes Day, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, tomorrow is going to be Independence Day. What I would like to know is who are considered as heroes in our country, if it's just politicians or if it's just sportsmen, or I just need to know who really are considered heroes. So if anybody out there listening, persons on lives, because I know even when you look on the news and you see there was a time where someone was on the train in America and they fell down. Somebody jumped down because the train was coming, and they saved that person's life. And when you look, they put him up on CNN. They interviewed him, and he was a hero, and he got a better life. He gets certain things. So
Yeah, plaque.
he got a plaque. I would like to see here in St. Kitts and Nevis, because they ain't gonna get a better. And in order to basically make the streets be more friendly, you have to understand the streets. And if you treat the streets nice, it will be kind back to you.
How about the ministers, them look?
So what I'm saying, what we consider as rural or ghetto areas in St. Kitts, which I don't think we have any massive ghetto here, because most of the places we can still go in. You know? You could be a stranger and you can go to these places here in St. Kitts.
Yeah, right now. You could do that right now.
You can do right now.
You could do that right now.
But I would like to see where,
right now you could do that.
like just like when you go to school and somebody to go there and you give them a little certification, there's a lot of ordinary people that we cast aside because they don't have a particular job,
Yeah.
they don't look a particular kind of way. There are persons that are cleaning the drain. Some of them are kind of mentally challenged, but every single morning and time, they're out there. This morning I went exercising, and the garbage truck was right there with the fellas coming. The workman, the back was turned. One of them turned around, and he said, "Good morning."
Check.
and I say good morning.
Check.
So a lot of people in St. Kitts, this classism and this socialism or whatever it is, the colonialism, where persons come from the ghetto and really did not even have a title, but they get the title through political favors, and some of them really work hard,
Yeah, man, some.
right? And everybody cannot get position. But people in position come and position go. And we should not be out there bowing to you and calling you sir and boss, and you ain't calling me sir and boss, and you ain't calling your parents who are looking out for you, or your boyfriend, your spouse, your husband. But you're out there worshiping somebody else because of a color red, a color yellow, a color green, a color blue, a color orange. And this is the only place in the Caribbean where we are seeing colors now where ignorant people are even, the colors are even being abused because people don't want to associate themselves with a particular color, which is nonsense.
It is nonsense.
It is 9:24. I just want to give you some closing remarks if you want to, let the people tell them thanks for being here or whatever, and then we could always pick it up at some other time because you was able to draw a lot of people here tonight. So I would like you to close out, and then I will give my closing remarks. Okay?
I got me feel special.
You are special.
I mean, first, let me say big up to Father God. Mm-hmm. Yeah, without God, wouldn't have been here. Big up my family at home, Yeah, big up my mother. Big up everybody who here, tuning in. And I want to say big up to yourself. And, we got Rasta DJ behind there. The support I've been getting in the media from my home, my federation, I just want to tell you, just pick up, because I never thought that we could have support we own, they were supporting me still. I mean, ain't all, you know what I mean? But so I could take a little lash them still. But the way you're supporting me, it feels nice to know you're being supported so much from home, especially, Yeah, so I just want to big up home.
Could you let the people know the name of your platform and where they can find you?
Hey, you can find me on Anderson Glasgow, that's YouTube. Mm-hmm. You can find me at Just Shooting Star, that's Instagram. She's the Glasgow, that's Facebook. Mm-hmm. And Anderson SKN Media and TikTok. That's me on our social media platform.
All right, well, it was a pleasure having you here. And I recognize that there are persons out there. I can feel it, I can see the way what they're writing, and they're looking forward for other persons. If you want to come on the Real Talk with Lavi, this is a program non-political, but this is a program to unite people.
I want to big you up on that too, you know what I mean? Just to actually give a person the opportunity to speak his mind, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And not being judgmental of the person, you know what I mean? So I want to appreciate that of you still.
Oh, thank you.
Coming from a man from a ghetto. Mm-hmm. Pick up a ghetto youth then.
Thank you. Well, I hear you speaking about bully. And I have been more or less bullied all my life with persons trying to intimidate you. Persons basically like, for whatever reason, sometimes they don't even know you. And St. Kitts is small. If you live Sandy Point and I live on another end, how you could tell me my story more than me? And there are fools and persons that are so damaged that they will go under these hateful comments with other people and liking it and get themselves. But that's what happened to negativity. It attracts misery, likes company.
I like it, Diane.
Right?
I like it. Sorry to sound, but
But
I like
anyway,
it.
I'm closing out. You must know why you like it. I guess it's all for likes.
It's my strength. It's to give me strength. Ain't for the like. Is to give me the strength,
Yes. So I just want to let each and every one out there know that politicians are not God. Pastors are not God. You are your God. And when I say that, you are your God. And if you really understand the Bible and know what the Bible says, not everything, but in your own way, you would know that the God, and that is why no man will ever see God, because that's the God that's supposed to be living inside of you. You do good to others, it's going to show.
Wow.
Sometimes you might not have no money, it's okay. But we come from a shaming environment to make you feel like you're nobody. And that is why a lot of youngsters, we are losing our boys very young and they're going to these gangs because the gangs are showing them love.
A lot of love.
The love is of basically acceptance, inclusion. But at the end of the day, it's only so much those gang members can give as well because they don't have an educational system. Life is more than going robbing and thieving and killing. Because at the end of the day, it never stops. It's a cycle. It's going to catch up on you. It's going to catch up on you, your children, your family, your friends. And we're going to see somebody fall. Everybody feel it in so many ways.
Yeah, man,
So tonight for Heroes Day, that was a couple days ago, we had a long weekend. And tomorrow is Independence.
big up St. Kitts, yeah.
Let the love and light show inside of us. Love one another. And if you hear the song, my intro song, Glass House. You understand what I mean? So you know if you live in it and you have a glass and the trust stone at you, the glass going to break.
Exactly.
And all we have to do is to try and better ourselves. And I'm going to continue this journey. But we have maybe like a couple more seconds before we leave out of here. I just want to touch on the social media base. The diasporas, Vanny Griffin, Mr. Peter Eustace Hendrickson. He's saying, let me read what he's saying quickly. He's saying there's a critical as to how one can be a national hero. In my opinion, let me read it over again. There's a criteria as to how one can be a national hero. In my opinion, the criteria is only for politicians. It was a pleasure having that young man on the program. I got to say good evening once again to everyone that was on the live today. There's persons from Antigua. They say greetings from Antigua and Barbuda. Good evening to you, Mr. Master Trooper. And good evening to Mr. Billy Simmons. So good night to you, Billy. Saying real talk, Lisa Vian. And it goes on and on. My good sidekick, Mr. Jason, he was the one that basically given us a lot of input here tonight.
Big up.
And Mr. Anthony Liebert, Wanda Nisbet. And Wanda Nisbet is basically of the law enforcement. So I'm happy that she's on here tonight.
Okay.
And like I said, every single one of us who have high position, low position, politician, anyone that from the government, they come from some part of the ghetto or know somebody from the ghetto. We are all black. And I just got to say happy independence. This is your girl, lovely, lavish Lavi on the Real Talk. Join us next week. You never know who we are going to have in the house. Wednesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Good night.
Good night.